Hi everyone, it's Sheridan LeBay back for another Untamed Marketing Mondays. If you have been keeping up, you know that we are in week 2 of Secure the Bag Business Startup Tips. So last week, if you joined in or if you caught up, I was talking about my experiences as a business owner and giving tips on the best ways to launch and start your business. Of course, my main focus is marketing because that is my background. But as a business owner of 2 businesses, really 3, I definitely felt compelled to really get into making sure that businesses, that we're legally structuring our businesses and dotting our I's and crossing our T's so that when we do get into the marketing and we do get those sales and do get those clients, we already have all of our other stuff squared away, because that's going to be so important as you grow and scale your business. So if you have not watched that, definitely tune in and watch it. This week, I'm talking about branding. And of course, this is more so a sneak peek into the 4-week course that I'm launching and starting in October. So if you have not already, be sure to check that out. I'll put all the links in the descriptions as well, or link in the bio if you're watching on Instagram. So this week, branding. Branding is so important. Branding and setting up your business legally kind of goes hand in hand, but you got to get some of the legal stuff done before you can start branding. So I get the question a lot, what is the difference between branding and marketing? Well, branding is the face. It's like what your company puts out there, what they're known for, what they look like. Like I always say Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is red and white, cows. McDonald's, red and yellow. Nike, black, maybe orange. What's another company that stands out? It's a lot of companies. Kroger, if you're from Texas, Kroger is blue. H-E-B is red. So certain things represent that brand. And so within the brand, then you get into marketing. So for example, I have a lingerie brand. That doesn't mean I can't sell lipstick, but if I do decide to sell lipstick one day, it needs to somehow tie into my overall brand mission and strategy. So branding is very important. It's like before you get into marketing, because marketing is a lot of execution, brand is an everlasting vision and look and feel of your company. So there's a lot of different things you can do to make sure you're getting your branding other way. If you did not already in your business plan, you need to kind of outline marketing. So do marketing research, look and see what other businesses are doing that are in similar fields to you, offering similar services or products. See what's working, see what's not working for them, what you want to take from that. Not take literally, but kind of see what everybody's doing essentially, because everybody's reinventing the wheel. There is nothing new under the sun. So look at what they're doing. Determine your buyer persona. Like, who are 3 people? Create an avatar, is what we call in the marketing world, of your buyer persona. For example, the buyer persona of someone buying a MacBook. One buyer persona may be a millennial or Generation Zer, I'll say Generation Zer, who's in college or getting ready to go to college and they need their first laptop. So they're probably anywhere from 18 to 22. Probably, if they do work, have part-time income, and they're looking for something that's going to have a lot of storage and probably cost effective because they're a student. The next type of buyer persona for Apple may be a millennial who is working from home because of COVID, and they're looking for a laptop or a computer to actually put in their office because now they have an office at home. Then you may have another avatar for someone who is a parent of a toddler that wants to provide or buy an iPad for them to play all the crazy games and stuff they play on their iPads. So that's just kind of figuring out, you want to identify who your customers are, and everybody always has this kind of idea of oh, I appeal to everybody. You don't. Even bread companies do not appeal to everybody. Even cell phone companies are not for everybody. There's still going to be a certain type of buyer that's different than, there's people who buy iPhone. Our behaviors, I'm an iPhone user. iPhone behavior users are going to be different than Android behavior users. And that's kind of what differentiates the two. So iPhone is, and Apple and iOS are making features and things that are appealing to that target audience versus Android is making things appealing to a different target audience. So buyer personas, at least a loose marketing plan that's a couple of pages of identifying your audience, channels that you want to market on, and even your goals. I know that sounds scary because I hate putting goals down as far as my business, because I'm gonna be mad if I don't make them, or kind of sad. But put a loose goal, hey, in 3 months from launching, we want to have this amount of followers. We want to have this amount of sales. We want to accomplish this. And that'll help you kind of, when we get to the marketing portion, really narrow down on what you should be doing for marketing. So as far as branding is making sure that the brand messaging, I keep saying brand, but the marketing message and the image, think of branding as image. The image is consistent. So you want to get a domain name, which is like your website. So www.idontcare.com. Emails. Oh my gosh, guys. Please buy a branded email. It costs between $5 to $10 a month. You can afford it. Skip Starbucks for a week. You need an email that says info@idontcare.com. hello@idontcare.com. Whatever you do, you don't need to be using an email that's idontcare.com@gmail. Tasha's Trucking Business @gmail.com. No, you need info@tasha'struckingbusiness.com. Please, guys, seriously, it's such a simple thing that makes you look more professional as a business owner. And then outside of branding, logo, brand style guide. So a style guide essentially is anywhere from a 3 to 10 page document, could be bigger for larger firms, that includes essentially anything that has to do visually with the company. So logo options, fonts that we want to have consistent across the company, and colors. So the colors that are in your font, and usually designers will also incorporate secondary colors. So say my business, Untamed Marketing, is like a bright royal blue and like a fairy pink, like this color. So those are my main colors, but then my secondary colors is like an orange. I'm looking at the thing. It's like an orange, and we also use like a teal baby blue. That's kind of like an accent color. So you want to get that developed so that when you start developing marketing materials and branding materials, there's cohesiveness. So when you grow your company, you're like, hey, thanks for starting. This is our brand guidelines. When you make some polos for your company, you can send that to the designer. So it is crucial to have a brand style guideline made as well. Make sure if you hire somebody externally to do your logos, that they're giving you source files, so that if John Doe goes missing next year, you have the source files and say, hey, so-and-so made this logo. Can you make an edit to it? I see so many people get logos made and they don't have access to the source file, and then we're having to recreate it because we don't have the source file. So source file essentially is a lot of designers use Adobe software. So we make it in a software, we design it, but then we have to download it as like a JPEG, which is JPG, or PNG, for those who've always wondered what that means. So we cannot change your logo from if it's in a JPEG form, we can't edit it. We need the source file, which usually ends in like .eps, depending on what software they made it. So just a little tip, because I see it happen all the time. There's nothing wrong with hiring people on Fiverr, but pay the extra $10, $15, $20 to get your source files. Outside of that, there are a ton of branding things that you can do. Email signatures. Make sure you're changing your email signature out and making it professional, including your logo, your name, ways they can contact with you. Go ahead and get business cards made, postcards made. Think about any type of branding that you need done for your business. So that can be postcards, a tablecloth for a trade show, a tall banner for a trade show. If you sell like products that come in jars, like labeling for your jars, start working on that. Labeling for your bottles, anything you can think of, so that if somebody calls you next week once you launch and say, hey, we need you to come to this vendor show, it's a great opportunity, you can get in front of 1,000 people, you already have things prepared and ready. So definitely have some of those things in stock. It's worth investing into it. And these are things you can do while you're building your business. But in my opinion, if you have the capital to really spend a month, maybe 2 months just getting these things done, you can just hit the ground running. Of course, there's always going to be things to edit and work on, but you just want to have those things done. So business cards, professional packaging. I'm trying to make sure I'm remembering everything. Social media handles. And also the last thing I didn't mention is Google My Business is a great tool to get your business out there, especially if you have a physical location. You can set up and register your business by going to googlemybusiness.com. Basically, you fill in all your business information. If you have a physical location, you can put that on there. And then, yeah, I think that's a great resource just for branding wise. You want to get as much exposure as possible. So these are just some quick tips. You know, we're going to get into more details in the Secure the Bag business startup. It's going to be everything. It's going to be great. So yeah, make sure you click the link below, download the free checklist, stay on the list so you can be in the know of when early bird registration starts for the course. It's going to be great. Again, I like to emphasize this is for people who probably have not launched their business or within the first year of their business. So if you are past 1 year, this may not be for you, but it's also a good refresher. So I'm not discouraging you from signing up, but I do want to emphasize that the purpose of this course is to really help people who are in the first year of their business. So thanks for tuning in. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you heard anything new today. If you have any other questions, feel free to comment below or reach out to me via email. And until next time, this is Sheridan with Untamed Marketing. Bye, guys.